So, if you're here, good morning. Also, welcome. Happy Monday. I'm so excited to be having this conversation with my friend Lori here, who, if you don't know, is phenomenal. And we're going to find out in a minute how she went from. I said, Lori, that you went from like no leads, no online income to consistent leads and actually making money in an online business. Would I be correct?
That is correct. I,
Okay, here it is. So, the reason why I wanted to bring Lori on, two reasons. One, I love students who do the work because the students who do the work see the results. And I want people to see what's possible for anyone in every single walk of life. So in a minute, I'll have Lori kind of tell us like who she is, where she's from, how did she come here, what's her goal, how did we even start online? But the second reason that I wanted her to come in is because I don't know, this was October. I led a 5-day challenge and I said, listen, anyone who comes in to work with me, I will give you a spotlight. I want to spotlight the people who do the work. So this is kind of like it's like a twofer, but the reason is still the same from each way. So before we start talking about what you've created and what you've done, can you give us a little bit of like an intro to Lori? Who are you? Where are you? What do you do? Like, give us all the details.
okay, hello everybody, and first of all, thank you, Gwen, so much for having me on today. This is like true blessing and an honor to be here on live Instagram with you. So this is very exciting. I am officially Lori, and I am from Canada. I'm from Montreal. Actually, it's freezing freaking cold here. That's
Same.
besides the point.
Same.
And I started in the online space back at the end of 2023. I was in the MLM space before that. And, I talked on stage. I did all the things. Did I have true income from that? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it the way to go? For me personally, no, it was not the way to go. But it led me into this world of online marketing, which I knew had to become my end goal because I have a background actually as a professional artist and painter. And I also have a background in teaching for over 15 years. And I love teaching. Teaching is literally my jam. And I'm also someone that lives with a chronic illness and a chronic condition. And so I wanted to kind of bring it all together and still be able to have this incredible full business entrepreneurship. I've always been entrepreneurial, and find a way to make it happen online and support others that really want to turn their story into income.
I love that so much because we have a very similar background, right? Like network marketing was my toe in, my like dip in the water of this world. And I don't know about you, but like I knew nothing
Yeah.
about entrepreneurship. I mean, I knew people owned businesses, but I knew nothing about like what this looked like or what was even possible. So I love your story. The thing that I want to know is what was your stake in the ground? Like, what made you decide, you know what, like it's all in or it's not at all?
Well, I mean, first of all, people ask all the time, every day, how, like
Mm,
literally, how are you making income online?
mm,
It's either you're all in or you're not, because you cannot do this as a hobbyist, as a dabbler, and actually really build something for real. And I say that honestly because people want to know genuinely who you are. People really genuinely want to connect with you, your story. That's what online is all about in 2026. It's all about, that trust factor, because at the end of the day, there are so many people online. There are so many people trying to do this that might have many things going on. But I just decided to plant my feet solidly on the ground
mm.
and make this work because I've learned everything. I've learned the skills, I've got the knowledge. And so now it's really about putting it all together. And
Mm.
I know that people need someone like you and someone like I who can really wholeheartedly support them, handhold them, and tell them truly how to do this.
Yeah, yeah, God, I think that's such a great point. Like, um, it's so people think, and let me tell me if this comes up for you too in conversations. People think that you have to have some sort of like fallout or rock bottom moment. And there's a couple of words that you know that I hate. One of them is expert. We'll talk about that in a minute. Another one is perfect because, like, what even is that? And then another one that I just kind of decided that I don't love this week is rock bottom. Because, like, what is that? Who decides that, like, this point in your life is rock bottom? This is the lowest you'll ever go. Like, there's no such thing. So I think what everyone thinks is that in order to have success, and I found this in network marketing too, you had to have some sort of like horrible thing happen to you, some transformation, some like giant bad thing in order for you to like use that as your momentum. Do you get that question and do you find that to be true?
All the time, and you don't, guys. Literally, I know that I might be, everyone's different, we're all not perfect, and we're all unique in our story and our mechanism and our messaging and how we do things, but I'm just someone that was born with a chronic condition. It is what it is. So this is not me hitting rock bottom. This is just me telling my story, my strength, trying to inspire others. Every single person has knowledge that they can offer someone else. You are always 10% ahead, and you always know a little bit more than someone else does. And so, therefore, you can help someone that's looking to change, that's looking
Mhm.
to make a difference, that's looking to kind of impact their life in a different way. But it doesn't mean that you have to be on the ground, rock bottom. There's no such thing.
Yeah, like how do you define that? I guess it's personal, right? It's like this was my rock bottom, meaning like this is the lowest I had ever been, but there's always lower that we could go if we think about that. Like, not that we want to, I'm not calling that in, but I think that's important. How did you decide, speaking of, how did you decide with all of your skills and your knowledge and everything that you've walked through in your life, what I guess avenue, most people would call it a niche, but we'll just talk it like a topic. How did you decide what topic to run with in this venture that you've been doing for the past however long?
Okay, so because I have tried other things in the past, and because I have tried back in 20 the end of 2023, there was a course that was very popular online. A lot of people were using this same course, and a lot of people were copycatting other people's content.
Mm,
And I'm not saying that building a base online doesn't happen with using similar hooks or things like that. We're not going to
yep.
get into content, but everybody's story is different. So
Mm,
when I started leading with who I am, when I started using my stories and Instagram, for example, to lead with what my days look like, who I am authentically, what I'm building, the honest truth about it,
mm.
people stop me out that actually know me, like
That's
where I lived in
crazy.
Montreal. Oh, I watched your stories. I binged you last night.
You're like, oh my
So
gosh.
I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's really that that personal part, right? You have to be able to go all in with one topic,
Hmm.
one area of interest that you know, love, are passionate about, and can speak on for hours on end, even if you feel like you're running into the ground, because that's what being a business owner and entrepreneurship is all about. Just when
Yeah.
you think someone already knows what you have to say, no, someone new is going to
Yep.
come
Yep.
and they don't know that knowledge, and you've got to give it to them again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
I think that's actually an area in social media where people get caught up in I've seen it time and time again, and also like I'm raising my hand because I've been there. We think that every time we show up we need to like reinvent the wheel and come up with a new topic and talk about something that's different. But in reality, when we show up on social media, we're like creating what we're known for. What do you want to be known for? And it's like when I see Lori, when I see what you're doing, I see you as a mom through your content. Even if you don't talk about, like being a mom or the struggles of being mom, I still see that and hear that in your content. And for me, that makes you relatable to me because I'm a mom, right? So it's like all these other moms who come out there and see you living life as a mom, as a full time employee, as someone who's building something for herself, as someone with a chronic pain condition, like those things become relatable. And it's like you just talk about all those parts of your life over and over and over again, not just to hear yourself talk, but it's almost like we're showing up to give people permission that they can also show up and talk about their beliefs and their values and something that's important to them, don't you think?
Absolutely. And I learned this from Gwen, everybody. I'm going to say it so loud and clear. You are the niche.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you when I figured when it all clicked, because when I started working with Gwen, it was like, okay, I don't know how to put all of this together. I don't know how to package this up to make everything
Mm.
work so that I can actually build a business. And I think people often forget that you are the niche.
Yeah.
There's no such thing for me anymore as creating a niche. The area of interest that you're in exists,
Yeah.
but you are the niche. You are telling your story. You are building entrepreneurship through your content.
Hmm. So, with that being said, tell us what you created in order to build yourself. And you're just getting started, and I want you guys to hear the success that Lori's had because number one, she has stuck to a system and a strategy. She has put her blinders on and not looked elsewhere, and she's just remained consistent and diligent. So, tell us what you've created and what it looks like to be in Lori's world.
Okay, so first of all, because I have this background in art that I absolutely love, and I will always be a born artist, so hence the red hair. But anyways,
Yes, we
um,
couldn't tell.
so because of that, I have dived into a different few aspects online, but everything kind of comes together in one community called Limitless Life. And it's because I truly believe that no matter what you have, chronic illness, anything in your life, pain, we all have pain. We all suffer from all kinds of things, whatever stage in life you're in. Everybody can truly live limitlessly when they just learn how to actually do it. So my community on school is my main hub where everything lives. And then of course I have my Instagram, which feeds directly off that. And then I have Pinterest, because Pinterest is a really incredible tool for creativity and for long-term growth and success with your discoverability, with people being able to search you, because it's a search engine at the end of the day, with your content. And so everything that I do lives and breathes in my community.
Mm. So one thing that you said in the very beginning, and I like this just full circle moment brings everything back to how you build a brand. You started with a statement that said, what I truly believe. And that is the thing that I think solidifies your brand for people. I'm not just saying you in general, yes, you obviously, but people who decide, you know what, I do want to go out and I do want to build something. Well, the very first thing that you need to do is you need to decide what you believe. Because we can talk about how there are copycat posts out there, and I have done it, okay? I am not ashamed to
Yeah,
say,
me
like,
too.
you know what? If you don't know what you're doing in the very beginning and you just see, you're like, oh my gosh, that post was successful. Well, let me make that post, right? You're not thinking and you're just thinking, I want to create success. I'm going to do what the successful people have done. And there is some right in that. So there's a lot of people out there copycatting content, literally word for word, and calling it their own. And this is this weird world of social media because it's technically not copyrighted. Like you don't own that,
Yeah.
right? That hook isn't yours. It came from somewhere, whether you realize it or not. You were influenced by what someone said, or what you read, or something you saw or heard or had a conversation about. So it's like nothing's really our intellectual property when we post it on social media. Now, I'm not saying that like Limitless Life is not your intellectual property. It absolutely is. But social media is like this weird animal. Um, but when what you can do to separate yourself from everybody else is to start with the statement that Lori said. It's like, I believe this about this, And that's different than other people. And here's why. And so you, first of all, Limitless Life is like the perfect name for what you're doing. And it's true, right? Like you do deserve to have the life that you want on your own terms, making your own money. You do deserve
Mhm.
that. So does everybody else. So it's almost like when people come into this world, they have to put a stake in the ground as far as what they believe and what they want to create. And you have done that perfectly. So, but Limitless Life didn't come to you from the very beginning. Like
No.
what did you have to kind of go through? Because everyone thinks like, oh, she went from zero to like automatically successful. Like what happened before that happened?
And guys, honestly, I don't even think that I've hit my true success. And I don't even think after everything Gwen's done, I know she's still got so much more.
So
I know
much.
that the container just like it opens, guys. You know what I mean? It's like a lid and it pops off your head. And then in the next 6 months, you're going to be like, oh my God, I have this idea and I've got to do it. But when you have that base, and your solid foundation and you have your unique mechanism and your line, that one line, you could do anything within that.
Yeah.
Remember that, okay?
Yeah.
So I started literally learning content creation. When I say that, guys, I literally mean how to place the camera, where, what angle to film at, okay? Like yes, of course I copycat hooks and things, and there are still some hooks out there that I use today that are incredible that I see so many people use, and it's okay because you're driving traffic to you in a generalized way. You're not using a hook that's talking directly about you and your story.
Right.
You're just using a general overarching message that's working on social media at the moment.
Yes.
So I started with the basics, literally learning affiliate marketing, Pinterest marketing, digital marketing. I've learned every aspect, guys. I have paid for the courses. I've gotten the guides, the freebies. I've been in other communities. I've seen what people do. And guys, market research is literally your best friend
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to tell you what to do and what not to do. And it's going to
Mm-hmm.
tell you what you want for your business and what you don't want because let's be honest, there are certain things out there that may be working for other people, but maybe it's not the right thing for you and your business,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe it just doesn't work for you, and that's okay because everything is not for everyone. Just like there's no way that perfection exists,
No.
it just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about I don't know about any perfection anywhere. But yes, you have to start with the basics, with the tools. You have to test, guys. You have to test. You have to have at least 30 days of content testing. You have to have some sort of
Mm-hmm.
base to go with because if you don't know, then you truly don't know.
Oh, that's such a good point. And actually, it reminds me of when, I mean, I know you've been posting content on social media for a while, but let's just say like when our worlds intertwined. And in the beginning, you were gung ho on this one message, right? You were like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm doing. But then I remember having conversations with you, and you're like, you know what? It just doesn't feel aligned. I think I'm going to pivot. Can you help me pivot? And we pivoted your message. And then there was like another time where that happened too. And it took a little while for you to land where you are. And that's not to say that where you are and the message that you are talking about is the end all be all. As things change in your life, as your kids get older, as your job changes, as you change, as you learn new things and understand new things, your message gets to change, which is why you being the brand is so important.
Yeah,
Because if you only talked about making money online and that's all that you talked about and there was never anything else, well, let's just say that you, I don't know, started homesteading. If you try to talk about homesteading in your content where you've only been talking about making money online, it would flop
yeah,
because people are like, who is this Lori Homesteader? I know Lori make money online, but like Lori Homesteader doesn't exist. That's not existent,
yeah,
right? So I remember that process for you, and it had, and we all go through that. But
yeah.
those trials give you data points.
Absolutely.
Like,
Gwen, don't you get the question often? People ask you, should I start a new account or
yeah,
should I keep going?
yeah, yeah. What are your
Right?
thoughts on that?
So These are my thoughts, okay? First of all, if you are a brand new account, and I mean under 1,000 people, right? And you really haven't done that much in terms of testing, then keep going. Change your message.
Yeah.
Do not create a new account
Yeah.
at all. But if you have a following and you've been at this for a while and you want to pivot completely to something completely different, maybe you want to introduce your hubby, maybe you're doing like a, oh, it's so cute, maybe you're doing
Mhm.
like, I closed the door so Rocky couldn't come in, but
My kids
anyways.
let the dog in. They opened the door. I was like, guys, okay, sorry, go ahead.
So and maybe you want to pivot, right? Maybe you want to like pivot completely and you want to now be known and I'm talking about test a new
Yep.
account. Okay,
Yeah.
you're still going to have your account that you've been using and building this whole time, but you want to test something new. Then go ahead and test something new and make a new account. But be able to put the time and energy into building it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no shortcut to
No.
building the brand because ultimately what you're doing is building trust in people. And right now, I think people trust people the least that we've ever trusted people
Yes.
as long as I've been on this earth, at least as far as I recognize, right?
But people trust more when we show up like this authentically
Yeah.
because it's so hard to know who somebody is behind the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
it's,
you have to show yourself. Let's just put it out there for a minute. Faceless accounts.
yeah, it's very hard to build trust with a
Very
faceless account.
hard.
It's like
Very hard.
I always talk about this, and I know I've talked about this with you before, but they did a study on babies and faces and the level of oxytocin that they were measuring. And they showed babies' faces, like if you could only see, like, I don't know, forehead up, what level of oxytocin was measured in the baby. And then it was like if you could see the eyes, what level of oxytocin. And then if you could see the mouth. And it was like if you could see mouth and eyes, the oxytocin level was like skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's limited to just babies. Like I think that's humans in general because we can tell how we can feel your emotions when you see someone's eyes and you see their mouth and you hear them moving. Like it just is a value that you can't create behind a sheet, a curtain, you know.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
important, and these conversations are so important because 9 times out of 10, like I'll give you my experience and you could tell me if this is yours. A lot of times we know that we want to create something, and so we go searching. We're searching, searching, searching. We're like looking for the people who are doing it. And you're just like consuming a whole ton of information. And sometimes all it takes is for you to be on someone's social media and see them talking about somebody else who wouldn't have been in your world, but then all of a sudden this person is in your world. Which is why I love doing these because I want to bring the people who are out there doing the work to all the other people who might not see you yet. And
Yeah.
now they have Lori in their world and like, oh my gosh, Pinterest SEO marketing, like that's exactly what I've been looking for. How did I not find her, and I think that's the magic of doing this kind of work and being connected with people online. I mean, you're in freaking Canada.
Yes.
I mean, I could drive to you, but it would take me a whole day. But this is so cool.
It's
So cool.
amazing. I love it.
So, okay, now we want to know details. We want to
Okay.
know, right? You spent the time, you went back and forth, you tried this, you didn't, you tried this, this didn't work, this did work. When did you start to know that things were aligned and working for you?
Oh my. Okay. So, I guess it was like a few months after the first challenge. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. The what
Yeah,
was
wisdom
wisdom
to
into
wealth
wealth.
and
Yeah, sorry.
yeah.
After the wisdom into wealth challenge, everything started to just come together. Like my messaging, my story, and then I just want to preface by saying that message and that story, I use that same message and that same story throughout. So that means on threads, on Facebook, on, and
Yep.
just because someone doesn't answer or I get zero engagement or zero likes or zero comments on one post, you keep going and you keep going. Do not get discouraged. It's one post. You have to
Hmm.
show up consistently in order for people to see you, in order for people to know, okay, this person means business. She's talking about something. So I started showing up in groups, not promoting anything, just being like, hey, what are you building today? Who are you? Where are you from in the world? And then people started to know my name.
Hmm.
And I'm now almost at 10,000 Facebook followers, which is like mind blowing to me because when I met Gwen, I don't think that you know this, but I switched all of my stuff on Facebook from my name to my husband's name. And I
Oh,
made it business because so many
oh,
people know me. I'm a makeup
yes.
artist in Montreal, and a lot of people know me, and they've known me for years in that field, and I'm still in that field. And so because of that, I wanted to really switch everything to business to
Okay.
make this business work and function for me
Hmm.
properly.
That makes sense.
And so when I did that, I was starting from scratch. So it took a few months and now I'm almost at 10,000 followers.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But that's
Yeah.
alignment. It's really not
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it's alignment, and of
Yeah.
course, like I'm on Threads, I'm making connections with people. I'm in other little groups where I'm promoting, my freebie for Pinterest, for example, and that I get leads every single day. I'm constantly making that better. And then I did a Pinterest challenge, and you can go back and take the challenge. It's in Limitless Life. It is amazing. You have access to everything, right? I've
Yep.
done a YouTube interview with my Pinterest mentor, and so there are just so many things that it's all coming together under the brand and umbrella of Limitless Life because it's all coming back to the community. So when I really started to put all the pieces together under one message,
Mm.
one unique mechanism, then it started to actually become a business. I can actually say I have a business online.
You know what you said a little while back, and I was like, that's the key. You said like I invested in the coaches and I had taken the trainings, and like I need you guys to hear that she was saying that like even back in network marketing days, right? Reading the books and
Yes.
and going to the events, and you invest your time and your money to do that. What I think is, if you're looking for, my mentor always used to say, success leaves clues. If you're looking for clues from Lori, and I said this before too, just because you invest in something and it quote unquote doesn't work out, or it didn't lead to the result that you thought it was going to lead to, does not mean that you can't invest further. It doesn't mean that you've wasted money on something. If you can open up your awareness portal to be like,
Yep.
okay, what did I learn there? And how can I take that into the next part of my life? And maybe you don't know yet, right? You just kind of sit with, I spent my time, I spent my money. I learned something. I might not know what it is yet or how it's going to serve me, but it will serve me. Lori has never stopped investing in herself, and I think that is one of the biggest keys to success.
And I'm sure that you get this a lot too, Gwen. People say, I can't right now. I can't do this." And I hear that loud and clear
Yeah,
because I've been there.
same.
Gwen has been there. She has
Same.
been rock bottom, only credit cards, right? You couldn't even put
Yep.
your girls in gymnastics.
Yep.
I know your story inside out.
I know.
And I love it because it's relatable and I see myself in that story. And the goal is no debt. The goal is living literally life limitlessly, which is where that all comes from, right?
Yep.
And so I get it. But when you are feet planted in the ground, going back to the beginning of this conversation, and you are really ready to dedicate to yourself,
Mm,
building something for the next chapter that is going to work because you want to change,
yeah.
you're going to find a way to invest
Yep.
because it's you need to because it's that important to you. Everything you invest in, it's going to help you move to the next step, even if it wasn't the thing that's perfect for the moment. You're going to have a container of knowledge to take with you, and you'll never. That's irreplaceable.
I don't know why this conversation happens so much in the online space, and I hear it all the time too. You're right. Like, I just can't right now. I don't have the money. Girl, listen, I was 70K in debt when I decided to invest in another course. I had a feeling. Hey, Benjamin, I see you on there.
Hey Ben.
Um, but here, so okay, let me give you an example, and then we'll land the plane on this because this has been so good. My husband has wanted an excavator for so long. Like we finally had the property. He just wanted to be able to get in that freaking excavator and like move dirt and move rocks and like do the guy things, right? And I was
Like
like,
excavate,
like
like a machine.
excavate, literally, like
Wow.
a big
Okay.
tractor looking thing, right?
Okay.
They're like between 15 and 30 grand for used ones. And he would send me them on Marketplace. And I'm like, that looks cool, babe. But like, we don't have 15 to 30 grand. And also, I don't really want to spend that on an excavator. So I said to him, I was like, listen, if you find a way where the money does not leave my bank account, I do not see money leave my bank account, and you find a way to make that happen, by all means, go for it. Do your thing. So he went and he asked his dad for a cash loan and then he paid his dad back. Why don't we talk about that? Like,
I
he
don't know.
wanted the thing, he found a way to make it happen, and then he did the thing.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
It's not, guys, when you it's when you dedicate yourself, like it is what it is. We all have credit cards. Let's just say it out loud because we all have credit cards and we all have payments to make, right? But
Yeah.
when you can dedicate yourself, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put 5, 10, I don't know, whatever amounts of money it is, and I'm
Yeah.
going to knock things off because I want that clear so I can go on a vacation.
Yeah. The willpower, if you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen. So I
That's
do
it.
hear you, people, everybody who says,
Hear you.
I don't have the cash right now. Got it. I didn't either. You'll find a way. There are so many different ways, and I'm never someone who, when someone's coming into my world, if they're saying these things to me, I always ask them, like, if you do this, will it take food off the table for you and your family? And if the answer is yes, well, then I cannot ethically have
Yeah.
you come in, because I would never want that to be the case. But I'll tell you what, like when you are driven and you want to make something happen, and Lori said it here, like it's Becky says, I'm working overtime to pay for the mentorship with Lori. See? See,
Yeah.
you just pick up an extra shift. You
That's
borrow
it.
money from somebody. Like, I don't know. There's so many ways to make it happen. I don't want that to be your limiting source. Can I help you?
I have a snack and play.
Yes, go ahead.
Yay.
So, like,
Don't make that your crutch
yes,
because if you do that, then you will never get going on this.
right.
You will never.
You'll just continue to make excuses and limitations for yourself, right? And
Yeah.
it's a limitless life, not limitation life. So,
I
booyah.
know. Exactly.
When you know, you know. Yes. So, okay, one other thing that I'll say, and then I want to let Lori kind of land us in this conversation. What was I going to say? Oh, I know. Big Becky said, when you know, you know. There, I think one of the greatest things in this entrepreneurship, business building, online selling space has been my own personal development of my brain, of my body, of listening to what I wanted. Because I think it's so easy to go out into the world, show up for our job, do our job, come home, make dinner, and just fall into, I don't want to call it a trap because it works for some people. But
Yeah.
if you're feeling trapped, then it doesn't work for you. And it's like, we have to listen to those things. And so Becky said, when you know, you've got to listen to your body. If your body's like, you know what? I don't know how you're going to find the money to do this, but I know that you're going to make it work. Do it. Do it. You have one life. And so with that being said, Lori, I want you to tell us where everyone can find you. I know you kind of gave us a little bit of insights before, but if anyone wants to come find your group, find you on social media, I mean, you'll be tagged in this post, but let us know where we can
Yes.
find you and what you have going on.
Yes, of course. So you can find me, of course, at Life with Lori, which Gwen is going to tag me in, and
Yeah.
then in there, in you will see my link in bio. And in my link in bio, I lost my mind for a second. In my link in bio is the free community. That's my community is free, Limitless Life. And in there is where I am most often. And in there is where you'll find the Pinterest challenge. And
Which
I
is
have
so
opened,
good.
I know, it's so
Ah!
good. And I have opened up only 3 spots for February. to work with me because I'm going to be building my next challenge, which is Story to Income. So I'm so
Yay!
excited. And
Yay.
so one of those spots has been filled, and there's two more left. And then I'm closing the doors so I can work and really handhold and really help people grow online. Like exactly what Gwen has done for me and what she still continues to do for other people. Same thing. I really want to help people achieve what they are looking to achieve honestly, authentically, and by making true connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to thank you, friend, for continuing on your path because the world needs what you have to offer. And it's just, if you guys have any inkling in your heart or your mind or your body, you probably wouldn't be watching this if you didn't. If you do, I want to encourage you to take it and run with it. If the whole goal is experience, well, then what do we have to lose to just go out and try something? Go out and learn a new skill. Go out and be a part of Lori's world, right? Go out and see like what's possible for you so that you can create the limitless life that everyone deserves to have.
Go
Okay.
out and be a part of Gwen's world. Guys, do whatever you feel. Last thing, people ask me, oh, how do you know? How do you try? You just know.
Yeah.
You're going to feel it. There's going to be an energy there. And that energy brought me to Gwen.
Yeah.
And so listen to your instinct and your energy and just build it. Just go and build it.
Just do it. Who
Do
cares?
it.
Who cares who's watching? Who cares what happens? Have fun. Go create experiences. I think it's the
Do
best
it.
thing you can possibly do. Well, my friend, I'm so glad that you caught on this call with us today. I will save this. I will tag you. You can add it to your profile as well so people can find it and rewatch it. And
Yeah.
again, if you guys are not following Lori, go ahead, go follow her. She is a joy and she will make you feel like the only person in the room when she talks to you. So that's really important. I love you all so much. And we'll catch you guys later. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.